is Norlaila. I am a teacher by profession. All this while, I've never thought that ISA would affect my family as at now. Because during the arrest of Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim under ISA 10 years ago, I bear in my mind that maybe ISA is just meant for people like him, or maybe other politicians, which are considered the leftists, parti pembangkang, and maybe to some academicians which has not the same view with the government and the rest. I've never thought that I would also be the victim of ISA, because we are good citizens. Normally, like me and my husband, we always lead good life. We pay the road tax. We don't do any crime. Yeah, we are good citizens. But when one day a group of policemen, about 20 of them, came to my house at 12 midnight, raided the whole area, raided the whole room in my house, and they took away my husband. It was in 18 April 2002. From that day until now, they never returned my husband back to us. Then I only realized that actually ISA is meant for everybody, not only to certain people. And what makes things difficult for a layman or just a normal citizen like us, when you are detained, when your family members detained under ISA, normally people will not aware of what happened to them, what are their fates, because all this while the victims of ISA were close. Their rights had been denied to be voiced up, because that is the system created by the owner of the ISA, that whoever been the victims, your rights to voice up your problem will be denied. I have a son, aged 9 years old during the arrest, and now my son is already 16 years old. That means half of his growing up, half of his life growing up without the love and guidance of his father. So in this case, actually we, the family, me, the wife, my son, are the most affected individuals when the member of the family, when the head of the family, like my husband, detained under ISA. Okay, from day one of the arrest until 3 weeks later, our life had been so horrible, terrible and horrible. Whenever there's a phone call, then both of us, me and my son, would rush to the phone, try to get it, because we want to know the situation of my husband, whether he is alive or you know, we are so conscious about his safety. And after 3 weeks, I got a call from the police in Bukit Aman, and we were able to visit him. He looked pale and he didn't talk much. He asked my son how he's going with his school and so forth, and he tried to talk to me, but I cannot say anything because I was so sad. And we ended up crying, both of us crying. My son also cried because he misses his father so much. You know, from day one of the arrest until 60 days, he's in Police Remand Centre in KL. We've been leading a very bad life. me and my son. I have to adjust my life as a single parent. So while adjusting with my new life as a single parent, I feel so, dreadful. And at the same time, I learned that my husband was transferred to Camp Kamunting for first 2 years of detention there. This, bring another burden to my mind. So during the first visitation, we were allowed to meet 45 minutes, and we don't talk a lot because both of us, the three of us, only cried. We meet and cry. And when the 45 minutes enough, I have to leave the place. My son doesn't want to leave the area. He holds his mother's hand. Actually, all those memories had happened 7 years ago. But each time I have to say it again, when I mentioning about ISA, all those memories will come with my mind. At that time, it was June 24th, 2002. It was our first visit, and my son doesn't want to leave the visitation room. He holds his father's hand so tight, and my husband had to persuade him to leave the place, and he cried. I also cried. Looking at my son, he was 9, he was so small. He couldn't understand why the father was there. He couldn't understand why he had to travel hundreds of miles, So many things he couldn't understand. And if I explain to him, he cannot answer. He won't understand. He won't understand why the father was arrested under ISA, why the father was alleged under JI, why the father had to stay there for 2 years. He won't understand all those questions. And all those questions actually has no answer until now.